would benefit what I was going to be doing someday. I still don't even know what that thing is. Like, I have this huge goal for my life. I'm starting to figure it out. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But like, so like, I knew I was like adding knowledge to something that would help eventually. So when the tobacco company ended, I was like, all right, I'm just going to do it. There's nothing in my town, small town. So I started a digital agency, and I just started doing everything, video, you know, SEO, just whatever anyone needed, because this town was so small that nobody was doing anything, you know? So I was just like, all right, I could go to these people and I would pitch them stuff, and they would act like I was a wizard, you know, because they didn't know how Facebook ads work. When you don't know how Facebook ads work, and you're like, all right, give me $20, I'll test something, and you do it, and you run it for like 4 hours, and like 5,000 people like engage with their ad, but it's a town of 6,000 people. Like those customers are like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Like, you know, like they're like, yeah. So it ended up being really cool. The only problem was that when you're in a town that small, there's only so big you can grow. Eventually, you've talked to everybody, and you either have everybody that's going to work with you is working with you, and everyone who has no interest probably aren't going to change.
And how long ago was this?
This was I stopped doing that in November of 2017.
Oh wow!
So it ended not less than a year ago.
Yeah.
It started while I was still at the tobacco company. I started doing it as freelance, and then gradually, so it was a huge side hustle. Yeah. Because I mean, I was spending all these nights in hotels, so I would go and film videos, and then, you know, and create graphic designs and flyers and things, and I'd have 5 hours in a hotel alone in some random town in my territory. I was like, cool, I got 5 hours to edit all this video. You know, my family was at home, so I spent all that time in hotels working on my side hustle. So then when the tobacco company ended, it was literally the next day. I'm like, okay, cool, well, this is full time now. I didn't have to do anything, you know?
Made the transition easy.
Yeah, it was it was like 5 hours in between. It was like 5 hours that I was jobless, just because I was like, all right, I'm going to take 5 hours and just chill tonight. And then starting here, I start this. So it was pretty cool, you know? So I did that for a while, and I kind of tapped out, and I felt it. And I was like, all right, I need to do something else. So I actually pitched like a television idea to the TV station I used to work for. And I was like, look, I'm doing all this stuff with marketing. I'm getting really good at making videos. And I was like, I want my own TV show. And they're like, you used to work in advertising. What are you talking about? But then I sat down, and like, I showed them everything I was doing with video. I showed them my vlog and how good I was at talking to the camera and everything. And they're like, actually, this is kind of cool. They're like, but what would you do? You're not going to make a business show. So I pitched them the idea of like creating a TV show that was like part like Anthony Bourdain, part Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. It was like a travel channel show just for our little pocket of Michigan, and they loved it. And they're like, this is awesome, you know? How do you want to do this? And I was like, I don't know how to do TV. Like, I'm just here because
I pitched you the idea.
Yeah,
you tell me what to do.
You're the TV guy.
I got the video part. You figure.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, we'll give you 3 options. They're like, option 1 is we'll pay you like $100 an episode, and we'll produce it, and we'll market it, and we'll own it, and you'll get $100, and you just come along and be on camera.
Yeah.
Option 2 is we split it. You produce it and you be in it, but then we market it and we put it on and we do everything on our end. But we pay you like $300 an episode, but we keep all of the ad revenue. Option C is that you do everything. You spend this much money per week on the time slot, and because it was a small town in Michigan, it was like $100 a week. it would be to buy that piece of time to put the show on. And they're like, but then you do everything. You make it, you edit it, you produce it, you market it. We do nothing except for put it on this time slot. But you keep 100% of the money. Well, then I started looking into like what the ad dollars. I started looking into, okay, so I got to sell all the ads. You'd get the 30 minutes. So then you get the 6 minutes of ads, and you break that down. It was like 19 ad spots per episode. And I started doing numbers like, geez, if I charge $50 an ad spot, I'm gonna be freaking rich, you know? Like, this is gonna be awesome. So they cleared the show, they cleared the whole thing, and they're like, this is great. And then I was like a month away from getting ready to start production, and then I talked to a buddy here in Phoenix who owns a company, and he was like, I was like, hey man, I always thought about coming down there, and you know, what do you guys got going on? He's like, hey man, if you want to come down here, you can be my head of marketing, you can start my marketing, and you could also do account management. You'll get clients and commissions and pay you this much plus commission. And I was like, oh, geez, okay. I was like,
Doing the math.
stay here and be a small town television star, or go see what happens in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I talked to my wife, and she grew up in a small town, so like she was like, I don't know if I want to live in a big city. That's weird, you know. We talked about it for like 4 or 5 months, and I came out here in September of 2017.
Ooh, the best month in the year. Nice and warm.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh God, yeah. So I came out here, I explored, I climbed Camelback Mountain that day, and I was on top of Camelback Mountain. I started looking around. I was like, oh shoot, I think I'm moving to Phoenix. I was on the mountain when I decided that too. I was on the mountain.
That is
I was
awesome.
like, yeah, this is cool. So I went home, talked to my wife. 8 weeks later we had to do a little bit of changing. I had to transfer my clients. I just gave all of my clients to this other dude.
Nice.
I was like, I'm leaving, man. I don't want this to die, but I also don't want anything to do with it when I go. When I go, I want to wipe my hands of everything. I'm like, here, just take it. I gave it to this dude. He's doing it now at about the same level that I was. And I was like, he's like, do you want money? I was like, no, just keep it, man. Like, I just want some, like, he was a dude that, like, so I was filming a commercial one day with a drone, like in Main Street, and he was driving by and he seen me have my drone go up, and he pulled over because he had just bought like a Phantom 4 and he had no idea how to use it. And he came up, he's like, oh man, that's awesome, how do you do that? I just got one, blah blah blah. He's like, will you show me how to do it? And then like we met and we talked about drones, and then I was like, dude, you want to just help me out with like a bunch of this stuff? He's like, oh yeah, that's awesome, cool. So he had like helped me like produce some spots and some videos, and then so when I was done, I was like, look man, you could just have this whole thing, rename it, I'll introduce you to everybody, just make it your own, you can just have it. So he's still doing that right now, which is really cool. So like I still haven't been home since we moved, but I'm looking forward to going back and like linking up, seeing how everything's going. Yeah, but just watching, you know, his online presence, it seems like it's pretty cool, you know. So I got down here, I came down here for that visit in September. November 6th I moved here, and I've been here ever since. So I'm like 10 months into living out here now.
Happened in November for you.
Yeah, November's a good month for me. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, here we are again, man. But it's been awesome. Like what I thought would take like 3 or 4 years to build out here, it is already happening like right now. So it's been pretty cool.
So are you doing that full time, or are you still doing something else?
I'm doing Windy City full time, but what's really cool is because of my relationship with the CEO and the COO, like they know what I'm up to, they know what I want to do, you know, outside of what I do. So they're like, look, man, your job is 8 to 4 I work. Yeah. They're like, once 4 o'clock hits, like we don't care what you do. So so I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Like I'm working with State 48, I'm working with Zach Hall a little bit right now. I've been working with all these DJs up in Scottsdale, filming like recap videos of like Little Bow Wow was up at Mint in Old Town, and I filmed all that. So that was cool. I got to hang out with him in his section for a while. Cool. It was fun, man. Yeah. So Phoenix has been a giant adventure since I got here.
That's awesome. So is a lot of what you're trying to do the video side of things?
Yeah, I love that. I mean, about 80% of what I do at Windy City Equipment is making all of our videos and pushing all that out. So it's awesome. So like my day job makes me better at my side hustle, and my side hustle makes me better at my day job, you know? Yeah, so it's cool. It's cool.
So what is it that Windy City does?
Windy City is like a facility services company. We specialize in restaurants. So basically we do HVAC, like refrigeration, and basically if anything with the equipment in a restaurant breaks, we fix it. But we're a really, really big restaurant company. So we do like if it's a fryer, an oven, a refrigerator, a walk-in cooler, or the AC, if it breaks, we can fix it. But so like we do all of that work as far as the restaurant side at Chase Field. We do all of the work at Talking Stick Arena, the Phoenix Zoo, and then there's like a few dozen like chain restaurants, Chick-fil-A, Carl's Jr., Little Caesars, where we do every single one of their locations in the whole state of Arizona. Wow. So we're a very big company. So you can see why like the account management side of my job is important, because I make commission on all that. You know what I mean? So like, I'm almost to the point where my commissions are outweighing my salary, and it's only been 10 months. I'm like, this is great, you know? Yeah. Really cool. Yeah. So my favorite part though is because like I don't have any desire right now to turn my side hustle into full time. Like I'm just having a blast. Like really, my side hustle is like introducing me to Phoenix. You know,
That's cool.
It's like if there's something cool going on in the city, like I just hit on Instagram. I'm like, yo, what you're doing's cool. I'll make you a free video. You know, and everyone's been like, yeah, do it. And then like I make them one, and they're like, oh, this was awesome. How much do you want to do this again? And I'm like,
it's funny that word free. It's because it's not really free. It's you're showing value in it. It leads to revenue.
I know that if I do one for free, they're probably going to like it and it's going to lead to more. So I'm like, I don't care. It gets me somewhere cool. I got to hang out with little Bow Wow.
Yeah.
I guess it's Bow Wow now.
Yeah, everyone's considered that.
Yeah. Not only that, not only at the club, but like in his personal VIP section. It was him, like 23 chicks, and then like me with my camera, you know? I was like, this is weird.
Music video.
Yeah, it pretty much was, man. So it's been awesome, you know?
Yeah.
Working with the State 48 guys, doing some stuff. They already have a dude that does like sort of like the long form video like I do. So I've been focusing on like Instagram stories lately, like doing custom vertical videos for that, and that's been super fun. Experimenting with like cinemagraphs has been really cool. So what's really cool is because I'm not trying to turn it into like a full-time thing, you know, it's just the thing I'm using to follow every little idea that I have. You know what I mean? Like you said that you get bored doing one thing all the time, and I'm the same way. So it's like,
sounds like it.
well, this way, like I can work with clothing brands and businesses, and okay, if I get bored with that, I'll go holler at these DJs around town and like go hang out at nightclubs and do that. And so it's been cool, man. So it's like, this is literally just my way of like learning about this area and meeting people.